What's up guys, today I have a solar Warlock build that uses Wings of Sacred Dawn's recent buff in Season of the Witch to become a Death from Above Phoenix. I'm having a ton of fun with this build. You'll be flying around raining hell down, never letting go of your trigger, and on top of that you'll be able to continually have your Restoration ×2 buff to keep you alive and your Radiant. We're going to be combining this with Tommy's matchbook to turn you into an unstoppable floating ball of fire that is almost invincible. Before we continue, do you want to win a copy of Final Shape? Well, I'm raising money for No Kid Hungry, and for every $1, 10 meals are provided to hungry kids. Every donation will give you the chance to win a copy of Final Shape. The link will be in the description. Okay, continue with the build. Now, I probably wouldn't take this build into day 1 raids or GMs, but it is a ton of fun to use, and before we get into the aspects, let's break down Wings of Sacred Dawn since, let's be real, a lot of you probably haven't used it before. So, Wings of Sacred Dawn hold you up in the air while you're aiming down sight. It reduces incoming flinch and grants a damage resistance. Weapon hits extend its duration, and weapon final blows now reload your solo weapons from reserves. It also provides a large benefit to airborne effectiveness of all weapons. The floating effect can be cancelled by pressing jump again, and then it just becomes normal gliding. But all the rest of the benefits still apply. You can just move around. So let's take a look at the subclass for this build and what we're using to make it a little more fun. So for the class ability, I am running Phoenix Dive. This will give us Restoration ×2 while Heat Rises is active. And since we'll be spending most of our time in the air, Rift won't really help us. The Glide is completely up to you. Melee is your choice, but I do prefer Incinerator Snap. For Grenade, I'm using Healing Grenades as a backup way to get Restoration ×2. Aspects, we're using Heat Rises so we can stay in the air and get an extra boost of airborne effectiveness. And once you have eaten a grenade to get Heat Rises, you should be able to keep it pretty much forever. It's worth noting, eating a grenade only provides Restoration 1. And our second aspect is Touch of Flame to buff our Healing Grenade so we can get Restoration 2 when we throw it. Now, onto our fragments. First, we have Ember of Empyrean. This will let us keep our Restoration ×2 up and Radiant for as long as possible. Ember of Torches, so that powered melee gives us Radiant. Ember of Searing, defeating scorched targets gives us melee and a Fire Sprite. And finally, Ember of Ashes, to apply more Scorch stacks with our Tommy's matchbook. Mods, on the helmet you want Harmonic Siphon and Hands-On. Arms, you want Heavy-Handed. Wings of Sacred Dawn, you want Charged Up. Boots, we're running Double Solar Surge. And on the class item, we're running Double Bomber. For the exotic, we're using Tommy's matchbook. So the downside of Tommy's is obviously it harms you, but Restoration ×2 and the damage resistance from Wings of Sacred Dawn overpower this. Along with that, you'll be able to keep Overheat going consistently because you have auto reload from kills while airborne. Chuck Radiant on top of this and you're dishing out crazy amounts of damage and having a blast while doing it. Give this build a go and I promise you'll have fun flying around raining death from above. And that's all for today's build. I hope you have enjoyed. If you did, make sure you leave a like, comment, or even a cheeky sub. And if you want to connect with me, my Twitch, Twitter, and Discord are all in the description below. Until next time, happy gliding, Guardians.